Hello, everyone. Well, for some in Nebraska, it was quite stormy yesterday, but for many, not so much. Take a look at the storm reports we got yesterday. You can see how they're certainly clustered, where some isolated supercells worked over the area. But what's noteworthy, one of the stormiest places yesterday was Kearney. Two supercell storms working over Kearney, resulting in multiple reports of wind damage, hail as well. I tell you what, overall, hail was the most common thing that was reported across Nebraska yesterday. Half-inch hail, quarter-size hail, even a couple places with golf ball size hail. And then wind gusts reported 50, 60, even 70 miles per hour. I mention all this because I think the same thing is going to happen today. It's just going to be more widespread. So we're going to get even more hail reports, even more wind damage reports. So the same threats, just in more places. So let's get right to your hour-by-hour forecast. 8 a.m. this morning, isolated showers across the state. I have to mention the chance of rain for just about everyone, but there are gaps. I don't guarantee you're going to see rain for the morning commute, but the chance is there. And I think isolated showers is really going to be the story from 8 a.m. until 4 o'clock this afternoon. There are going to be some isolated showers across the state. But we're going to skip all that and jump ahead to 4 o'clock in the afternoon because this is when the severe threat begins. In two separate places, I have to mention. So the severe threats can be beginning in the panhandle at 4 o'clock and also in the central part of the state. Because we're going to see a line of showers and storms develop along a front, but we're also going to see activity fire up ahead of that front. And we're probably most concerned about that activity ahead of the front, though there is a chance of severe storms along the front itself. What we're worried about is more supercell storms popping up ahead of the front. And I think the earliest we might start to see those supercells pop up in the central part of the state is about 4 o'clock this afternoon. Let's go in 2-hour increments here. So here we are at 6 o'clock and see those dark shades of red for places like Kearney, Grand Island. That's potential for supercell storms again. They could produce golf ball size hail, maybe 70 mile per hour wind gusts. And then look behind those dark shades of red to see around O'Neill, Scottsbluff. That's the front and that line of scattered showers and storms, which within that line, there could be some stronger storms as well. There's 6 o'clock. Let's jump ahead to 8 o'clock. Notice still a potential for supercells, especially in the far southern part of the state, maybe for a place like Beatrice, getting close to Lincoln, but right now the latest model is saying the supercells just miss the Lincoln area, though you will get in on the line of storms. And notice how the line kind of getting a little bit messy, but it's still there, roughly around Sioux City, Norfolk, Broken Bow, North Platte. Now, by the time we get to 10 o'clock, the chance for supercells over with, and really all the activity kind of just merging into one line. I tell you what, this is probably going to be the stormiest period about 10 o'clock this evening for Lincoln and Omaha. Could still see some activity before that, but it's looking like this might be the peak of it. And so I've got to say this is also the best chance of seeing severe storms for Lincoln and Omaha. But notice temperatures coming down, so that's why the chance of severe storms is smaller for Lincoln and Omaha versus places more towards the central part of the state. And I do think by midnight, the severe threat over with, maybe a couple of weak storms left over, certainly some scattered showers across the southeastern part of the state in particular. But as we go through the overnight hours, those showers are going to fall apart. And check out the morning commute tomorrow morning, a drop of rain to be found in the state. So let's talk about who has the greatest chance of severe storms today. It's where those supercells are going to form, and we think places that could see those supercell storms are North Platte, Kearney, Grand Island, York, Beatrice, not Columbus, Lincoln, Omaha. You're going to get in on that line of storms, which again, this line of storms is going to work over the entire state, so there's a chance of severe storms for the entire state. But if you're not expected to see the supercells, that's why you're not in that shade of brown. And you're either in the shade of yellow, which is a little bit higher threat compared to the green. Most of us are under the slight risk at level 2, but in that shade of brown, that's that enhanced risk, the level 3. That's where the supercells are expected. And if you see one of those supercell storms, wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour, golf ball size hail, absolutely a possibility. And unfortunately, the potential with these supercell storms for a couple of EF0, EF1 tornadoes as well. That is a possibility. Now, if you're in the shade of yellow, the slight risk, what's more likely is quarter-size hail, wind gusts around 60 miles per hour, but still the potential for severe storms. So, yes, late this afternoon through the evening hours, looking real messy across the state. But if we can get through it, we're going to be rewarded finally, tomorrow, a dry day across the state with no chance of rain, no chance of severe storms. In fact, I think most of us are going to have mostly sunny skies, some pretty comfortable temperatures. A lot of us probably reaching the upper 70s, maybe some in the low 80s. It's going to be a little bit breezy, guess 20, 25 miles per hour, but a lot nicer than what we're going to be dealing with today. The problem is already on Thursday, the chance of rain coming back, and yes, the chance of severe storms as well.